Good morning. So how are you doing? I'm okay. Thank you. Okay, so continuing our continuing our discussion about artificial intelligence, whether we have to be afraid of it or not. Thank you very much for your essay. It was rather interesting to read both points of view and your conclusion. It's wisely written. Thank you. And I propose you to look at just a second. So here we have the article, journal article, scientific article about AI, and the title you can see here, thinking responsibly about responsible AI and the dark side of AI. So my question is, looking at this article and on the left, right, for a side of the screen, we've got here the plan of this article, like introduction, what is responsible AI, looking forward to research agenda, rethinking the concept of the dark side, and clothing thoughts, and disclosure statements. So just looking at these two parts and also keywords: responsible AI, AI ethics, artificial intelligence, explainable AI, dark side. So could you suggest whether this article would be useful for you if you have to write an essay, or maybe if you have a research in this field, just skimming these three parts? Could you suggest whether it's this article is useful or not? Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, so just according to the name, maybe it's useful, but you have to check whether it's trustworthy resource, right? And if you look at the name, European Journal of Information Systems, and we've got here DOI, like their number, which is given to every article. So, and we also can check references, right? And we can also read an abstract. So if you read an abstract, will it show you more information about this article? So will you read this abstract, please? Mhm. 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 Okay. So, and this type of technique we used for analyzing in general about the article is called, do you remember? Skimming. Mhm. Yes, and if you are interested in this part, which is about um, re- um, in this special issue, yeah, we have made a call for research paper that help us papers, yeah, that help us explore the dark side of AI use. So it's the review of the articles, previous articles, right? As far as we understand from the content text of this. With other authors. Okay. And if we look through this article and find out this information, um, what is the name of the technique in this looking for specific information? No, skimming was the previous one about in general, right? Mhm. Scanning. Yeah. So we look through the whole article and find one, try to find about particularly particular information about the dark side of AI and the researchers, their opinions, yeah, and their arguments about this dark side. So we have to look through the article and find this part, read it, and decide whether we agree or disagree, whether it's useful for us, or we have one more time to check the information, right? Okay, and your research is devoted to, will you remind me, to what? Game theories, right. Okay, we have one more participant here. Good morning.
Good morning. Sorry for being late.
Oh, it's okay.
Today we have a seminar, no?
Okay, Ilya has simultaneously two lessons as far as I understand.
Yes, but I'm gonna listen to you.
Okay, so, and we are discussing now the sides of artificial intelligence, and I'm showing the article about artificial intelligence. So according to their name, abstract and keywords, and also according to the plan of this article, we can quickly look through this information and analyze whether it would be useful for us to read the further information, right? And to find out what we are looking for to answer our questions. And the home assignment for the students was about artificial intelligence, whether we have to be afraid of it or not. So, Ilya, what's your opinion about artificial intelligence and whether it's dangerous for society, for mankind?
I think that is very popular nowadays and useful tool to automate some of the human tasks. For example, there are a few fields in artificial intelligence, such as computer vision or natural language processing. The first one is helping us to get some value from texts. And the second one is and the task of the second one is to process some images and take some information from that. And,
Okay.
yes.
But why people? Why are some people afraid of this AI? Just a lack of information, or it's real danger nowadays?
I think it's more come from some pop culture where artificial intelligence was romanticized in such way that artificial intelligence that is something artificial and it wants to invade to people's life and kill them all, but it's not true. Artificial intelligence was designed only to help people in some routine tasks. So we can we can як буде дієслово економити? Я ось задумався. Як сказати правильно?
Limit maybe, yeah, or...
Yeah, so not limit. We can save some people labors for another useful tasks.
But one more concern, sorry for interrupting, but one more concern about artificial intelligence, that it can take their jobs which people have, because it can do these jobs.
In the one hand, I agree with you, because artificial intelligence really can take some jobs from the people, but on the other hand, artificial intelligence gives some other jobs to the people. For example, a few years ago, we don't have such professions as, for example, data engineer, or there is no variety in data analytics or deep learning engineering, and I think it's also given us some opportunities.
Okay, so taking away some jobs, but on the other hand, it gives new jobs, yeah, right?
Yes, correctly.
But some jobs which are simple, we can say, like simple, they do not require much maybe
education.
Not about education, and also intelligence, yeah, like developed intelligence. But not all people are so, we can say, so smart, talented to be to have IT professions, and sometimes they are just workers, you know. So, and these profession will disappear in future, even sales assistant, right? In our supermarkets nowadays. These self-service self-service automatic devices, they replace already some people who are selling, like cashiers, right?
Yes.
But for cashiers, you don't need to be so smart. The same as for
yes, I
workers
agree with
on
you.
factories, right? So the problem is that people who are not enough smart, maybe we can say in this way politely. So what could they do in this case? It will be a problem, I think. Maybe
I read somewhere that every year appears and disappears a lot of jobs in our society. And for example, even in artificial intelligence, there is I know specifically about one easy job. It's called data labeling, because artificial intelligence algorithm should be training on some sample data, and artificial intelligence divide into supervised learning and unsupervised learning. And for example, for supervised learning, the algorithm take some label data that are manually labeling. For example, some person could sit a long time at his table and label some pictures. For example, in this picture there is a cat, so I label it as one, and in this picture there is no cat. And this is a pretty simple and manual job, but without this process, no machine learning algorithm could not work.
Okay, and Denise, you have sent in our essay, right? In your essay, sorry, you have sent there was a phrase that taking away the job, something like that. Just a second, looking for your essay. So is overblown, right? Something like that, yes? Just a second. Denise, are you with us? Can you hear? So, if you don't mind, I will read that those who do not fear artificial intelligence argue that it has the potential to solve some of the world's challenges, such as climate change and diseases. They also argue that artificial intelligence will create new jobs that will require different skill sets, and the fear of widespread unemployment is overblown. Ilya, do you agree with the Denise point of view or disagree?
I'm sorry, I have some interruptions. Can you repeat, please, the answer, the question? The point of
I will read Denise essay part, just sentence, okay? And whether you agree with this sentence or not, because it was his home assignment. They also about people, who do not fear artificial intelligence, and they also argue that artificial intelligence will create new jobs that will require different skill sets, and the fear of widespread unemployment is overblown. Do you agree with this or not?
I agree with this, but partially. In your previous statement, I think you were right, because every new job requires
Skills.
a bigger skill set and bigger intelligence, in my opinion. And in general, I think every job, not particularly in artificial intelligence, by the time will require wider, not wider, harder skills than in previous. For example, in 19th century, people in 19th century was a manufacture revolution, and people, firstly in Britain, I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of practice in English, so
Hey, never mind, maybe I will help you.
Ну, якби люди відмовились від ручної праці і перейшли до машин, які виконували цю працю за них.
They refused handy jobs, yeah, and transmitted to the machine.
Oh, yeah, transmitted to
machine
work, or machine job.
Yeah.
Yes, so and there were more jobs, more engineering jobs for creating such machines that can help in manufacturers.
So that is why we have lots of machines now. And especially for, it is helpful, of course, because every question has two sides, yeah, the dark side and the light side. And of course, speaking about the use of machines, the use of different robotics, so they are very helpful for dangerous jobs, for example, right? But some people, of course, the dark side, that some people lose their jobs and opportunities to earn some money. And the last invention, I'm looking for the last invention and the discussion about this invention, about artificial intelligence, which can create songs, letters, then answer any questions. I don't remember the name of this AI.
I remember. I'm working
three
currently with it.
Yes, 3 letters. G and
ChatGPT now is
GPT.
very popular.
Yeah, ChatGPT, right here. So what's your opinion? Because lots of different opinions I have read from the news, even on Telegram channel. There was like the summary of different opinions about ChatGPT. So on the one hand, it is helpful to answer any questions we are asking, right? On the other hand, it as I summarized, that it makes people fuller. I think so, because you don't need to think, you don't need to analyze, you don't need to find the information. You can have ready-made decision or answer anything. So you are becoming, I mean, the user is becoming like more stupid, because his ability to think is becoming slower and slower and slower, lower, lower and lower. So what consequences might be from the use of this chat GPT, right?
Right, yes. GPT is translated as generative predictive transformer. That's such a model that creates sequences of words or tokens, and
Yes.
it trained on the wall internet information, such as texts. Yes, this model takes a lot of a very, 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 very big part of the articles or web pages, in particular text, big corpus of texts, and trained on it to predict from previous sequence of words the next word. Speaking about your opinion, I think people not getting fuller because of ChatGPT, but maybe users are going to become more lazy.
Yes.
Because for example, in the past, if people if some man want to find some information, he was going to the library and finding some books about these topics, reading a lot. And now, for example, a few weeks ago, before ChatGPT з'явився,
when the internet
appears in Ukrainian internet, the user can just Google something and find this information more faster, more fast, yes, than in the past. And now ChatGPT, it's such a model that can summarize some text from the internet and answer our questions even more faster.
Even more faster than the Google, right?
Yes, because it's truly speaking, it's summarized text from the internet. ChatGPT don't know how world is built, but it can summarize text. It can answer our questions. It can rewrite some texts or essays, and I think that the other side of this coin, that people will not waste so much time for finding information, and they can be more productive. For example, if I want to find some information, I can use ChatGPT, I can save my time, and I can find more information about the topic that I'm interested in.
So, warning, I have opened the Just Facebook page group with ChatGPT, those who are interested in ChatGPT. And it is said that why chatbot ChatGPT is dangerous. The question is, and like a short article from bbc.com, but it is unfortunately it is translated into Ukrainian. So bot can generate texts on their related theme or topic and give answers on questions for the users. But my question as a teacher, if I give the task to my students to, for example, write their opinion about something, or to create to write a topic, yeah, or to write an essay, as it was given for the previous lesson for master students, or anything, or summarize the information. Okay, so they use this GPT. They quickly rewrite what it gives as an answer and don't think at all. So my warning as a teacher, you understand, yeah, that my students stop thinking and start using, they are smart enough to use this chat GPT. But as a result, they won't be smart enough to create any text by themselves. So that is my warning as a teacher. Am I right or not?
I think you again, you are right, but partially, because even a year ago, before ChatGPT was appeared, every student can Google some text that are already
Yes,
written.
we can check easily. We can check easily. Just copy paste, and it shows whether this text is his or her, or hers, or it's from the internet.
Yes,
Easily.
yes. So that it is a problem because ChatGPT, as I know, has a parameter as random state, and if random state, for example, now is 0, then ChatGPT generating some text, and if random state, and if we change random state, for example, for 125. It will generate a little another text. So
a bit different, right?
Yes. So
that's why my warning is right.
So, yes, so it's become more complicated to find that the text was generated by ChatGPT. But I heard in news yesterday that in Poland, Ministry of Education created some restrictions for students. For example, if they are working in some, for example, master's diploma, they should absolutely write how many times or what який об'єм тексту?
What is the volume?
What is the volume of text was generated by ChatGPT? And that is a strong requirement.
Could it be checked? Could it be checked now?
No.
So because masters, and even in our country, right? Masters works like researchers are checked by specific programs like on authority. What is the percentage? It seems to me 20% of plagiarism is acceptable, but 80% should be authentic. But it was easy to check with the help of specific program. So, because I think that you have written the diploma for bachelor's degree, right?
Yes.
And you had this procedure to check your bachelor's diploma on plagiarism, right?
Right.
Everyone should do it nowadays. So the same were with the master's diploma. But how to check now when we have when we have such innovation? I don't know. ChatGPT.
I know that if I'm not mistaken, in Russia, some student protect his diploma absolutely absolutely using ChatGPT. So he's just answered the questions. ChatGPT created a plan of a work of diploma, and step by step, the student generated the full text, and even the teachers didn't realize he's he's using it. But I think education, it's it was always about self-motivation, because in every piece of time, any student can use some tricks to complete and to complete his education without education.
Денис, I'm sorry, Ilya. Денис, are you with us? Okay, and is my warning makes sense? Oh, does my warning about students cheating all the time when I give creative tasks make sense or not? So, Denise, could you please tell me whether the text about should or shouldn't we be afraid of AI is written fully by you, or you borrowed some information from somewhere? Yeah, of course, because it's discussion, right? It's in the form of discussion is written. So that's why you had to get some information of people who are for AI and who are against AI. So that's why you had to, so your task was, yes, to analyze this information and summarize in one paragraph. So did you do in such way or just copy paste from just it doesn't influence your mark, just the style of work. Including ChatGPT? Yes, I have. Mhm. I have read this information that Google is going also to create, something similar like ChatGPT. Mhm. Is it application or what? It's a website. Mhm. 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 Opportunities, yeah, opportunities to get more information that if I need, right? Uh, okay. Can you imagine that I have never used this chat GPT still? So- Hmm? Amazing. Mhm. 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 Uh-huh. Okay, and one more issue. I would like to ask also your opinion. It's about following all the information we give on the internet. And my own situation was yesterday. I just Googled some information about plastic windows. In 15 minutes, I received a message from the like advertisement about the discount for plastic windows. The next situation was today when I received just ordinary message that I should fulfill my account, mobile account. I like in a minute or two, I receive also a message from Privat Bank that I can do my transaction so quickly to fulfill my phone account. So, like, it looks like someone is following me. Like, of course, it's not a person, but it's AI which analyze every my movement made on the internet. So, what do you think? Isn't it too much? Following our Mhm, mhm, permission, yeah, permission. Mhm, 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 mhm. Mhm, mhm. Coincidence, okay. Uh-huh. Ilya, what do you think about following ours, like target marketing? Isn't it too much?
As I know, nowadays, private data privacy is a big concern of a lot of people,
Mhm,
and there are a lot of uh, not judgments,
Cookies.
a lot of judge
Lot of
processes. Yes, a lot of judge
everywhere.
processes against, for example, Mark Zuckerberg
Mhm,
and other influencers or CEOs of big IT companies
mhm,
about data privacy, about data storage, about some sensitive information about the users.
mhm,
And I think it should be regulated by some laws.
mhm,
And it is a really big issue of our future. But I
mhm,
think in target marketing, there is not a problem because it's better to receive uh,
The proposal.
a relevant proposition, irrelevant proposes from other shops or I don't know, some markets, and not unnecessary information.
Mhm. Okay. Also, one more concern. Thank you very much for your. And by the way, should we be afraid of cookies? Every website we use cookies. Just please accept. Should we be concerned or be afraid of these cookies?
I think cookies is more for our convenience because if we visit some web resource twice, for example, and we shouldn't fill some forms against, and we can save our time,
Mhm.
but it also can
Use your information.
collect our some of our data.
Mhm,
But I think it's more about convenience.
mhm.
But
Yeah.
on the other hand,
Mhm.
it can eat a lot of our memory in computers.
Yeah.
So it's better to clean it sometimes. For example, once a month.
Okay. Dennis, you have the same opinion or different? Required. Requires. Mhm. Yes, yeah. Okay, thank you. So, and one more problem appeared a long time ago in the USA, and I will show you. I will show you a small text which we will read and analyze and answer some questions and of course your own opinion about this information. So the text with the name someone might be listening. You can see it, yeah. And the last two phrases. Will you read, please? Only the last two sentences, and tell me what the information might be about. In general, what is the idea of this text? If you read the name and only the last two sentences, doing skimming.
Oh yes, it's about this problem that I said some time ago.
So if you let in, yeah.
Yes, we are all accepting all of the rules. We are never reading conditions and terms of using some products, and we just yes, okay, skip, confirm, confirm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Agree, agree. And quicker, open me, please, this website, what I need. Okay, and here is in the task, we've got the answer also, what is general idea. So some issues about privacy in the United States, yeah. But it's not only about the use of the internet, but privacy at work. I will propose you to read this text, and after the text we have 4 questions to answer. And of course, I'm interested in your opinion about this information, and one more question about your work conditions, but it will be after reading and discussing this information. So I'll give you maybe up to 10 minutes, and when you're ready, just let me know that you have read this text, okay?
Okay. Should we okay.
Yeah, you can ask just the question. You can ask.
I thought we will read it in real time now.
Yeah, now
loudly.
you read it now, up to 10 minutes. I think it
Okay.
will be enough because the text is small. And after that, we will answer questions, discuss, and give our own opinions. Okay?
Yes.
Thank you. So, if you're ready, just let me know. You read, right? Okay, and the question about this word infringement. Do you know the meaning of this word? Порушення. Це порушення, да, якихось прав. Ну, або нашої приватності, як в даному контексті. Okay, so the content a bit confused me, to be honest. The first question is, what's the writer's attitude towards decreasing personal privacy? And there are 4 options: angry, warning, enthusiastic, or neutral. What's your opinion? Okay, Ilya, do you agree?
On the other hand, in the second tab, there are benefits of tracking this kind of. So maybe it's a little enthusiastic.
For employees, for whom?
For employers. For employers.
Yes, sure. Not for employees. Yeah.
Yes.
They are checked all the time and no time to waste. Yeah.
So maybe employers are a little enthusiastic about tracking.
Yes.
For example, inappropriate and offensive emails.
Yes, sure. Okay, what is the expression used in the last paragraph that means privacy is not respected? Privacy is not respected. What is the phrase which describes the same context in the last paragraph?
It keeps people honest.
No, just from the text. From the text.
Yes, that is a phrase from the text. Just a joke.
Privacy is not respected. No. It all seems like порушення нашої приватності. Infringement of our privacy. The same as privacy is not respected. Тобто infringement – порушення, да? Тобто вона таким чином не поважається. Okay, and look at the task number 3. Look at the text again and find the words and expressions that mean to monitor. I will just tell a short information to Ilya that we have 2 techniques in reading the information. The first one is called skimming. Skimming, when you look at the main points of the text to understand the general idea, like I asked you at first, yeah, to read the headline and to read the last 2 sentences and to name the general idea. It is skimming. When we read just a few phrases. But when we are looking for the whole text to find the specific information, it is called scanning. Тобто, по великому рахунку, ми маємо просканувати швиденько, да, текст і знайти те, що нам треба. So this technique, task number 3 is scanning. So scan the text quickly again and find the expression which mean to monitor. The same meaning, with the same meaning. Listening and watching. Yes, keep an eye. Keep an eye on you. Тобто, тримати в полі зору. Да? Це, by the way, it is an idiom, which means тримати в полі зору. Тобто, не випускати з поля зору. And keep track. Yeah? Yeah, monitor. Okay, number 4. Monitoring people is good because it keeps people honest. Do you agree or disagree? Give your opinion. Mhm. 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 Okay, thank you. Ilya, what's your opinion?
I think that kind of question is debatable because tracking can be really useful for an employer, and because even if the employee knows that he's tracked, so maybe he will work more properly. But on the other hand, it's not very good for a mental health of employee. So I think I more agree with Denise.
Okay. And how to, okay, like...
That's about book 1984, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I remember that in blah 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 number degrees of Fahrenheit. It's about burning the books or something. Yes.
Okay, so 1984, right?
Yes.
A book about monitoring people. And if you work, as far as I know, Denise works remotely. And Ilya, are you working now?
Yes, today is my first day at the job.
And also remotely, as far as I understand, right?
Sadly, but yes.
But if you are working remotely, the question is how to control you. What are the techniques to control you? Because you are not, you cannot be followed by cameras. Also, you don't have this chip, yeah, which
yes.
How to control you by the employer? Denise, do you have any controlling techniques by your employer? Yes, monitor. Mhm. 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 How do you work? Mhm. Mhm. Need. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Wow, that's very cool. As I know, my friends, programmers, using some instruments that are called task tracker. That is
Mhm.
such as instrument where you are writing your current tasks, and
Mhm.
you choose the appropriate deadlines for you that
Yeah.
are appropriate to a company too. So,
Mhm.
for example, you say that I will I will fix this bug for
Mhm.
until next Monday, and
Mhm.
you should decline it.
Mhm.
Decline — це ж дотримуватись, правильно?
Follow. No. Decline — це знижувати.
Ой, да. And you should follow this such a rule.
Mhm.
But in my previous job, I had some another kind of example, another type of work when
Monitored.
yes,
Yeah.
when my mentor give me a task for a week,
Mhm.
and in the end of the week I should give him a report at my work, and
Mhm.
especially I am intern machine learning engineer, so
Mhm.
I should create a model,
Mhm.
and in the end of the week I should give results from working of my model. And to be honest, uh, I should not be controlled, because
You have
it was so much work. I
to
have
do.
a 6 hours working day, but
Mhm.
truly without controlling, I was worked about I don't know 12 hours per day, or or even more.
Yes,
Uh,
I think that the best way to control remote working is to give the task and the deadline. So in
yes,
this way, it's up to you when you do this work. If you want, you can do it at night. If you want,
yes,
you can do it your working hours, yeah? But you have to do it up to and the date, so the deadline. So that's the best way of controlling, because you know the deadline, you know that only you are responsible for this work and nobody else will do
yes,
it. So that's why it's the best way to monitor, and no need to control you, because if you are responsible employee, so you will do it, right? And if you value your job.
yes. But
I do.
sometimes the tasks was really hard, and
Uh-huh.
we have some restriction that um, I cannot
Ask for help or what?
no, not ask for help, but I can просрочить.
Um, postpose.
I
Postpone.
can postpone my deadlines two
Mhm.
times. So if there is a
Also,
third time,
one more trick for monitoring, right?
yes, that was terrible. that was absolutely awful, especially when a task is really hard. And one time I was created in before the deadline my work, but I should train my model on computer. But there is some more restriction because computer training, this model for hours, and I can give an appropriate result in our time. So it was really hard.
Okay, so different ways to control.
Yes, but I think that is the most productive for a company when when employees working like result oriented.
Yes, yes, sure. Okay, thank you. And the last question, would your employer get more work from you if you knew they were watching you? Do you think it's effective if they are controlling all the time and you know it? Is there any tension?
I think I will be more disruptive knowing this fact.
It seems to me too. We are more distractive, we are intense, like напружие, and the effectiveness of our work might be even lower than without control, but with more motivation. If we have motivation, we will do our best. If we don't have motivation, it seems to me even controlling won't help in this case. Denise, what do you think? Mhm. 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 Okay. And
What I notice in my experience that if I even work remotely, but at my home there is one of my family member, I can be more productive because if I'm home alone, I can just do nothing and wasting my time. But if even my mom, yes, she can control my work, but I just
that's
more
your
motivated for working.
appearance, yeah, at home.
Yes, yes, yes,
So
absolutely.
that's why I wanted to ask you the last question about this context. So, would it be for you personally more productive to work in team in the office but not remotely? How do you think? Just to motivate each other, to communicate, to have maybe even some time for coffee. But would your job be increased if you worked from office, not from home? Mhm. 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 Anyway, does it influence your productivity? Yes, yes, I know you are working for a foreign country. Yeah. But just the existence of people and the working atmosphere, does it influence you positively? Mhm, mhm. Yes, sure. And some issues, yeah, and some questions. Discuss some questions. Yeah, sure, it would be better. Okay, and for you, Ilya, would it be better?
For me, it really depends on the task
Mhm,
because I have some tasks that I should do by myself
mhm.
or only to show the results.
Not to
So
be
it's
interrupted,
better.
yeah.
Yes, so sometimes it's better for me to work myself at home
Mhm,
and even being alone in my room in a complete silence.
mhm,
But I really like other kind of tasks when I
mhm,
should communicate with my colleagues
mhm.
about some working processes. Especially, I like to invent some things during a conversation.
Mhm.
It's my I think it's my the most favorite part of the work
Uh-huh.
when you are just starting a new task and
Mhm.
you are discussing the probably the probable oh, oh, uh, the probable the
Solution.
probable solutions.
Solution.
Yes,
Mhm.
so the probable solutions,
Mhm.
and this is really fascinating
Yes.
for
Mhm.
me.
Okay.
And I think the personal communication, not remotely, not in Zoom, not in Google Meet,
Mhm. Yeah.
but I think in the office or
Yeah. Mhm.
when you're grabbing a cup of tea, yeah, that's really a way more productive.
More productive, sure. Eye to eye contact is yes, yes. I do agree with you, absolutely. And the last task for today, look again at the last sentence of the article, but in a way, we are the ones who open the doors and let the people in. Yeah. So without our permission, nobody can control us, of course. Uh, this statement expresses the idea that our private lives are inside, and the information about private lives that getting out. And we have to read the text below the small one and underline more expressions that have the private inside and information getting out ideas. So the same meanings. What kind type of technique would you use to do this task? To find the expressions for two uh, word combinations, private inside and information getting out. What kind type of technique would we use in this task? Scanning or scheming?
Scanning.
Yes, sure. So would you please quickly look through the text and find the um, combinations of words and expressions for these two word combinations? Give me your answers.
I scanned all text, but maybe I do not understand properly the
same,
words.
you have to find the expressions or phrases with the same meaning like private inside to extend this meaning.
Yes, I understand it, but I I can't find because I'm not properly understand private inside. What is the meaning?
Okay, private inside, so it means like closed door for my privacy. I do not let anyone to intrude into my privacy. Yes, behind closed doors. Okay, and keep out. Here is
Oh, information getting out. It's like leaked. Yes.
yes.
The senator affair leaked.
Yes. Affair leaked out, протікати. So, information getting out, це як витікає інформація, да? Утечка інформації російської. The same meaning, affair leaked out, протікає. And what about pry into the lives? Pry into the lives. Сувати носа чужі справи. Pry.
Where it is the word.
Yes, job to pry into the lives of public figures. It's not the press job to pry into the lives, тобто влазити в життя публічних осіб. Also, like information getting out, да? Тобто вони намагаються її витягти звідти, засовуючи свій ніс у ці справи. And soon to be released, inside information. Soon to be released. Devoted to private inside or information getting out. Soon to be released. Послаблена або оприлюднена. Getting out. Да, ну, збирається оприлюднитись. So, which expression is more appropriate for soon to be released?
Information getting out.
Да, тобто інформація, яка скоро буде вивільнена або доступна, так?
Yes.
Information getting out, right here. Okay, how do you keep your information private? What steps do you do to keep your information private? Especially nowadays on the internet.
For example, I do not post every photo that I took, that I take on the social medias.
Do you have accounts on social medias?
Yes, but
Instagram,
it's
Facebook,
private.
LinkedIn, and so on.
Yes, LinkedIn especially because I was searching the job and I use it very.
It's by the way a
often.
good resource. A good resource for searching a job. And a little private information you are given there. You give there in comparison with Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, I don't know what else. And Denise, what about you? Mhm. 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 Do you often comment on others' posts?
Yes,
Usually.
I'm always commented all of posts of my friends, and
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to make it
Do,
funny.
do, do you follow the ethics of comments?
Yes, of course, because some of
Not
parents
to offend, not
of
to
my
offend
friends,
these people, right?
yes, some of parents are following my
Uh-huh.
friends
Uh-huh.
friends pages, so I can I can write inappropriate things here.
Uh-huh. And do you think
So I try to make it as funny as possible.
okay. Do you think your employers checked your social medias before proposing the job?
My LinkedIn, the link to my LinkedIn profile was in my resume, in my
Yeah.
CV,
Mhm.
but I think it's pretty hard to find me on Instagram because I do not have a surname here.
Mhm, mhm.
So yeah,
Only nickname, right?
only my nickname and my real name, but without the first name, the second name. Sorry,
Mhm.
but all my friends know where where they can find me.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much for joining. And Ilya, if you would like, I can also join to our group. You
Yes,
just
I would like.
know the information or maybe some resources I send.
Okay,
Mhm.
and you also sent me a textbook. Yes.
Yes, yes. Sometimes we use this book, and that's why I sent you the
Mhm.
text, this course book, like. Mhm.
Okay, that's kind of we are working with exercise at home
Uh, we
every week.
not all the time. I give tasks to do at home.
Mhm.
So the previous lesson I gave, and now I'm going to give a task about the project, but taking into account that only a few people are present. So that's why I will write this task in our group. Okay.
Yes, yes, okay.
So
And
I will
also
send you the invitation.
thank you, thank you.
Mhm.
And I also heard that your classes is about some academic English, if I'm not mistaken.
So
Or
yes, we've got some tasks from academic English, and also we've got like communicative English. So a combination of different tasks, because the previous time it was given a task from academic English to write an essay. So if you want, I can send you this book, send you this exercise and the task, and you will try yourself, just for yourself.
yes, to be honest, I'm writing a lot of text now
Okay,
for
that's
my
why no
admissions.
need, no need, yeah.
Yes, yes.
By the way, then I will send you the book because there are some recommendations on academic English where
Oh, yeah.
you can have some recommendations how to write some types of.
That will be very useful for me because I really suffer from writing this personal statement.
Okay,
No.
I will send you one more book. Mhm.
Yes, thank you. Thank
Okay,
you for
thank
the
you very
lesson.
much, and see you next Tuesday. Goodbye.
Yes, goodbye.